Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Napoleon Dynamite. And this movie came out in 2004 and is directed by Jared Hess, if I pronounced that correctly. And this is the big movie of 2004 that everyone just had to see and loved. And it was made on a $400,000 budget and grossed just over 47 million worldwide. I'm not sure if that's adjusted for inflation or not, but that's pretty great. That's like Halloween, the original, in terms of profitability. Like the original Halloween made like 40 something million on a $300,000 budget or something. They really made the most of what this film could offer in terms of like filmmaking and just ideas for certain scenes. And I do feel as though that $400,000 budget was used very well, and these performances in this movie are pretty great and iconic. And I love Napoleon Dynamite as a character. I think he's really fun and entertaining, and there's lots to say about his character, and I'm surprised where these characters wound up at the end of the film. I was kind of expecting a Big Lebowski situation in terms of how it takes the characters, but instead it just kind of does its own thing and like kind of surprised me. I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting certain directions for this movie to take, and this movie was unpredictable for me at points. And I also enjoyed how the opening credits were presented. They were just credits on plates that had food on them, and I liked that idea. I thought that was a unique choice. And all the side characters in this movie are very memorable characters, and there's a decent amount of them, but none of them felt either out of place or annoying to me. And although this movie does get repetitive, I never once felt as though that dragged the movie down. It kind of just feeds back into the idea of these characters that are flawed and just showing how they just didn't really grow as characters. And it's just really amusing to me. This movie had a pretty quick pace to it, and the comedy in this movie was very funny. And I was also surprised by the editing for this movie, because it'll just cut to scenes really quick and just to give you what you need to know. Like, for instance, there's a point where Napoleon Dynamite just goes to pick up the one girl that he asked out, and he shows up in a car that may look suspicious to a dad, and the dad just asks, "Is that your ride?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's my ride." And in any other movie, they would just drag that out and just say, "I don't think you should go," or like have the father be worried for his daughter. But instead, just right after Napoleon Dynamite just confirms that that's his ride, the scene just ends and it just goes on to the next scene. I was like, what? That could happen? I was so impressed and shocked when that happened in the movie. And I was just wondering, where's more of this in comedies? We need more of that. We need movies that have an understanding of when a joke is going too far, or you can just have a joke and just give you just enough to where it makes sense as in terms of what it's going for. But it doesn't matter if they show the whole thing or not, because your mind can just fill in the rest. Where's more of this in movies? I want more of that. I also appreciated when this movie chose not to use music, which from memory was quite a bit of the film. Like, I don't really remember a lot of music. I remember song choices that were played in the film, but in terms of an original score, I don't really remember much, if there even was much to begin with. And I only have a couple issues with this movie, a couple nitpicky things, like the shotgun when that was fired. It just sounded like it came out of a video game. And also, there was a point where you could see the cameraman's reflection in the door wall window. That was a bit distracting, but those are nitpicky things. And the only real big issue I have with this movie is that the way it's shot, it's fine for the most part. Some shots I don't really like all that much, but most of it is just fine. There isn't really much to say about the visual presentation of this movie. But that's really my only big criticism with this movie. The rest of it was great. I love these characters. I love where the story goes. The after credit scene was pretty funny. And I don't really have much else to say about it. It's a fun ride that I really loved, and I would totally watch this movie again. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance. I thought it was great. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Napoleon Dynamite an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Napoleon Dynamite, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Kronos. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.